The easiest way to spice up a chord progression? Triads. Take this chord as an example. G major, A minor, and D major. That's a simple chord progression, right? But we're going to turn it into something beautiful, dynamic, and melodic, all over the fretboard. Let's dive in. Now, what is a triad? A triad is a chord made up of just 3 notes: the root, the third, and the fifth. Think of it like a sandwich. The bread, the root, holds it together. The filling, the third, gives it flavor. And the other bread, the fifth, keeps it grounded. Let's look at the G major triad as an example. You have the root note G, major third B, and perfect fifth D. Now we can play this triad in 3 ways. Root position, the G is the lowest note. First inversion, B is at the bottom. And second inversion, where D is at the bottom. Each one sounds slightly different, like changing the seasoning in that sandwich. Now let's turn our chord progression, G, A minor, and D, into beautiful triads all across the fretboard. Now we start with G major triad, second inversion, 2, 3, and 2. Then let's move to A minor, second inversion, 4, 5, 3. And then D major, first inversion, 6, 5, and 5. I'm using a bar chord here. We can also play G major in root position, 7, 7, 5. A minor in root position, 9, 8, and 7. And then D major in second inversion, 9, 10, 9. And we finish with G major in first inversion, 11, 10, and 10. Now let's bring these triads to life with arpeggios. We're working in a 4/4 time, and it flows beautifully for this exercise. The right hand pattern is this one: thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, ring, middle, and index. We're plucking 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can pluck the strings just like this with your thumb, index, middle, and ring. Of course, the thumb is always on the 4th, the index is always on the 3rd, the middle on the 2nd, and the ring finger on the 1st string. That gives you a full pattern. But if you want to keep it simple, you could also change it and do thumb, 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 index, and then thumb, index, index, index. That's very simple, but it works. Of course, you're using just 2 fingers instead of 4. I prefer using all 4 plucking fingers. We can apply this plucking pattern to all the triads we just learned. For example, G, A minor, D major, G major. Let's change position, G, A minor, D major, and G major. adding the fourth open string to those triads will definitely change their chord family. But I want you to focus on your fretting hand and just, focus on the triad shapes. We add the fourth open string just to make it easier to use a picking pattern on all four strings. Time to add a simple melody on top. Why? Because a melody creates movement, makes your chord progression sing, and adds emotional expression. We will use a very simple melody, just 3 notes. Between G major and A minor, the melody is played on the first string, fret number 2, 3, and 5. Now we're going to do a full pattern. Then we play the bass, so the fourth string, and then the melody. We're going to keep the same structure for the other chords. So between A minor and D major, the melody is played on fret 3, 5, 7. Between D major and G major, the melody is played on fret 5, 7, and 9. Between G major, second inversion, and G major root position, the melody is played on fret 2, 5, and 7. Now, between G major root position and A minor root position, the melody is played on fret 5, 7, 9. Now, between A minor and D major, the melody is played on fret 7, 9, and 10. And between D major and G major, the melody is played on fret number 9, 10, and 12. Let me play it for you. Now let's open up the chord progression with a beautiful variation. E minor, A minor, D, and G major. So we're adding a little bit of sadness to the chord progression by playing this beautiful E minor in root position, 4, 3, and 2, then A minor, second inversion, 4, 5, and 3, D major, root position, 2, 2, and 0, and G major, second inversion. We can apply the same picking pattern. And let's not forget to add a beautiful melody between the chords. So, E minor to A minor, the melody is this one. It's a beautiful melody in thirds, 2 and 3, 3 and 5, 5 and 7. Between A minor and D major, we play this melody, 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 7 and 8. Between D major and G major, we play this melody. 2 and 0, 3 and 2, and 5 and 3. Now G major again. Two passing notes, and then we start again. Triads are tiny, but they sound amazing. With just 3 chords, you can explore a whole world of harmonic beauty across the fretboard, through our pages, and wrapped in melody. If this helped you, hit the like button and also check out my daily uke challenge. You can learn something new every single day. We have one new routine every single week, and we go from Monday to Friday. That is a tiny exercise you can practice every day from Monday to Friday, focusing on fingerstyle, strumming, technique, creativity, and musicality. I'll leave all the info in the description down below. You can also get the tabs and interactive tabs on my Patreon page. Enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you next time.